No, I can't. I mean, I'm going to be in the neighborhood there eventually, but I'm not going there anytime soon. I thought it was going to be like somebody nearby. Or that the item was in storage. Oh, fuck. Nah, that's... Yeah, you don't know what to say, do you?
I'm all ears.
You want to go do this for me instead? I'm terrible at going back to people after they've forced a task on us unexpectedly. And I can't just turn around and say, yeah, no, I can't do that. That's more than I thought it was going to be. I don't have it in me to do it. So now it's just going to be hovering over me until I do it. Right, well, we want to do some reading anyway. And we've got a couple of hours. Oh, you can see the Statue of Azure from up here. And actually, now we're outside again. I'm going to put my nice thick warm cloak on and my nice warm hood. There we go. We can see the Statue of Azure from one of these windows. There we go. My word. It's so high. Did I hear lightning? Oh, no, don't, sorry, automatic gates. I don't know why I apologize to the magical gates, but... Oh, you really get a view of the damage of Winterhold here too. Really did just slide into the sea. But on that, we need to be in Saarthal in a couple of hours. And it's not too far away. We can ride Brusa there, because we brought her with us, and, well, you can walk behind us. That Nelicar is in the Frozen Hearth, the inn in Winterhold. So we should go speak to him. But first, oh my word. That pillar, is that pillar getting stronger? That's intense, right? Where are these gloves that we were given? Mystic tuning gloves. Right. And what do we do? Oh, we got a soul gem. Oh, it's less intense now. Okay, that's good. Yeah, no, that is much less intense. Right, then I assume we do the same with these? No? I mean, it looks fine. It is very cold in here, or out here, rather. What was it we were doing? Cleanse the focal points for magical energies around the college. Right. Well, there was this one, and there's one inside the Hall of Elements. Was there one in the dormitory? Is this the Hall of Attainment? It is. Oh yeah, no, this needs tuning. Right. We calmer. Yeah, look, it seems calmer now. Let's make this a priority, actually. I don't want the college to explode with magical energies the day I arrive. That wouldn't be good for my health or for my image. Do we... Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to avoid you. You're practicing in the courtyard. Yep. Let's not get zapped by lightning by accident. Hall of Acumen. Oh, there's none in here. Except... This is rather dim and dark. What's... Ah, this must be the bar. Okay. Oh, there's Mirabelle. Hello, Mirabelle. Sorry, we're just exploring. Okay, I'm going to assume this is where the... Ooh. Don't scare me like that. You came in here wielding your hands around in the air like you were going to zap me. I was going to say that I assume this is where the tutors and more adept mages reside, but I can't imagine an adept mage would willingly flail their hands in the air and scare people like that. Right, Hall of Diligence. Alright, no focal point in here. And last, but not least, before we go back to the Hall of Elements, the Hall of Countenance. Yeah, here we go. Let's calm those. That's a bit better and less likely to blow up. Do you think that's all of them? I would have thought there was one in the Hall of Elements that needed taming. Either way, it might be a good time to find that Dark Elf that gave us the task. Where's he going to be? Is he going to be back in the Arcanium? Yeah, I believe so. It does seem more tame than the others as a Thalmor. Let's make sure he doesn't really see our face. That's down there. Right, we're going down there just to double check. We can see if... Do we address him as Master Travis? He's not down here. That's fine. And we don't need to tame this one. That's fine with me too. Excuse me. Oh, you're practicing restoration, Colette?
You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you?
Yeah?
Don't you?
Yes? Mom? Yeah, of course it's valid.
Good, good. Not that I require validation, of course.
No?
There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in.
Well, if anything, practicing restoration magic is more valid than any other magic because it helps you save lives. And to me, that's incredibly important and valid. But are you treated badly because of your work then? Do they look down on you because it's not quite as flashy, so to speak, as other magics?
Well, no, not really. Not directly, I mean. But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms. I'm quite aware of what's going on here, and I will not stand for it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you might be imagining some of it, but maybe it's the seemingly less harmful ones that really are the most dangerous. Yep, thank you. I'll, be on my way. I'm just here to see Master Travis. Don't walk into a wall. You're here with some of the greatest minds in Skyrim. Try not to look like an idiot. As difficult as that normally is. Hello, who are you?
If you require assistance with summoning techniques, please let me know.
Oh, actually.
If you would, please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need to be agitated further by Atronachs roaming their town.
Okay, noted.
The summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
I mean, that goes without saying. Summoning undead really sets off alarm bells for anyone, I think mages included. Are there many conjurers outside of the college?
Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago.
Thalion? Who's Thalion? Why did Thalion leave the college? Is he just off to seek his... well, seek his fortune, so to speak? Become more worldly?
He didn't like the Archmage. Hated dealing with him. Hated having to answer to him. Thalion said he hated what this place was becoming. So he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem.
Hjalmarch? Where's Hjalmarch? Is that... like the Windhelm hold? I believe it is. Or... the Solitude hold? I'm really not good at my geography now it comes down to it. I just know the holds by their capital names. Is summoning undead not frowned upon?
I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way. So we don't go around flaunting it.
I mean, summoning their loved ones back from the dead to use them as tools, you know, using their body, it's very disrespectful. Do you not see it as disrespectful? I probably should have policies on actually using it openly rather than, you know, just not doing it because the locals don't like it. What do you have for sale? If you're the Master of Conjuration, are you?
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
I'm intrigued by conjuration, certainly. Letter from... No, I'm not going to purchase a letter from you. I don't know why I would need the letter. Stuff for command, creatures and people fight for the caster for 30 seconds. Chance to fail on targets above level 5. That's significantly less useful all of a sudden. And also very expensive. There's a lot of summons. Let's just leave it at that. And I would actually quite like to be able to summon something to help. It could be very useful. I'm going to get summon or conjure familiar. That seems... a ghostly wolf familiar wherever the caster is pointing. That could be useful, and it seems like a nice easy one for us to summon and learn quickly. Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Alright, thank you. Thank you for your, well, your books. Yeah, we'll go to Drevis then. We probably have enough time to do the reading that we've purchased before we have to head to Saarthal, but I don't want to waste too much time. Ah, there you are. You're not invisible again, I see.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward.
Whoever says that is probably very wise. The focal points have been, well, I think they've been cleansed. I put my hands in them and I pulled out soul gems from them somehow. I don't know exactly where they came from. Well, it seems less volatile.
Yes, they have. I can feel the difference already. But, of course, I'm far more in tune with these sorts of things than most. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance.
I can really feel the difference other than feeling less dread when I looked at them. Is that the same thing? Well, you're welcome for the assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm, Right, Lucian, I suppose, help yourself to... Oh, do you not... That was the Lord Sinister, the way she walked at me there. Yeah, do your own reading, I suppose. I'm gonna buckle down and read these spell terms I bought today before we head out onto Saarthal. So I suppose if there's anything that you wanted to know, now is the time to do a little bit of research.
You've been spending a fair bit of time with Sergius lately, I see.
What? Why the audacity? How dare you imply such a thing?
Calm down. Why are you overreacting? I was going to ask if the two of you are collaborating on research.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, yes. We have been working on something together.
This is why I avoid being social.
I mean, I think you picked the wrong person to be social with. She's very quick to overreact, it seems, this one. Right, well, we've done some reading. We made some good progress, but I think it's going to be a while before we actually properly pick up how to cast Crackle or Conjure Familiar. We managed to get a good couple of hours reading in, but I'm conscious of the time. We have spent a lot of time here reading, and it's possibly getting quite late. And we do have our own interests in Saarthal. There's the Gold's Amulet fragment we need to collect from there. I might actually change before we go out of these college robes. Who knows what dangers we're getting into if we are going into a Nordic ruin. We've done that rodeo one too many times to know that we're getting ourselves into trouble. But we don't want anyone from the college to find that fragment before we do, and then prevent us from actually collecting it ourselves and bringing it back to the gallery. Let's put on our familiar gear again. We got the satchel. Let's put our travel lantern back on our belt. There we are. Made gloves. Oh! The Art of Study and Student Handbook 8th edition. Oh, somebody's come and left them in here for me then. That was kind of them. Oh my word. Right, now that's quite dense. Welcome, apprentice. This text is intended to aid in your acclimatization of life at the college. The college is comprised of 5 towers. The first and foremost, the other 4 towers, the halls of attainment, countenance, acumen, and diligence are all home to. As an apprentice, you may avail yourself of the full facilities. An apprentice who has achieved the rank of erudite has demonstrated an excellent... Right, we shall leave the rest for the moment. Art of study, we can leave that when we get back and actually have to study. We probably could have done with... Oh, ingredients. We probably could have done with reading that before we started studying those tomes. I'm not wearing those gloves still, am I? No, I've got my Intrigue gloves back on. Right, excuse me, Lucian.
Terribly sorry.
Yes, no, it's okay. Thank you. I don't know what's going to be expected of us when we get to Saarthal, but I must say I'm intrigued to explore the ruin itself, even learning aside. Maybe we should write to Inigo, Orion and Co. just to let them know that maybe we might be, well, away for a little while from the gallery. We can collect things in the meantime. Or maybe we can try get permission to get the airship over here, and then we can store things on there and have like a little base of operations away from the gallery. Because I imagine we are going to collect quite a few items before we actually have to return. Do we want to head to Saarthal or try to speak to that other guy first? I suppose we should speak to that elven mage in the inn before we leave. Because it will be rather embarrassing if actually he was here and he left by the time we got back.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Nope. I'm more than happy to get the cold out, but I'll save on the drinks today. Excuse me.
What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Go home to your mother.
Why he's picking a fight with us? We're just walking
Just say
through.
the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
Thank you, I will. Excuse me, do you have a...
If there's anything you need, just let me know.
I will.
If you've business with the college, you're welcome to stay here. It's where most of our business comes from, in fact.
That's good to
Good
know.
day.
I am actually looking for an elf. I'm just gonna nosy around. Right, hello, sir.
My days at the college are long behind me, but I prefer to stay close by.
We've spoken before, haven't we?
Dagor and I have an understanding. He gives me privacy, and I make sure my experiments don't blow up his inn.
Yes, I imagine that's quite a amicable arrangement, you know, you not blowing up the inn. I am actually looking for an elven mage who studies the stars.
Who sent you? Was it the college? The Jarl? We agreed there would be no more questions.
Well, I must say a priestess of Azura sent me.
Azora? Gods, it's all finally coming back to haunt me. What do you know about soul gems?
This isn't you changing the subject, right? Why are you asking?
That's what caused all the trouble. Soul gems are used in enchanting, but they break afterwards. Except one. Azora's Star, a Daedric artifact that allows any number of souls to pass through it. Some of us wanted to find out how.
It's nice.
I was working under Malin Varen then. If only we knew what he was really planning.
Malin Varen? I've not heard that name uttered at the college. What did he do?
Malin wanted to alter the star. He was dying, diseased. He thought he could store his own soul inside, become immortal.
He what?
It drove him mad. Students started dying. Eventually, the college exiled him. He took a few loyal disciples to Ilinalta's Deep and vanished. Look, I don't care who asked you to find the star, but don't take it back to Azora. The Daedra are evil. They're the reason Malin went insane.
Is it? Is the reason he went insane is because he was trying to alter a Daedric artifact and exposing himself to magics that he didn't understand? Or was he just, you know, driven insane by the fact he was dying and he couldn't come to terms with it? How did the Daedra drive Malin insane? I don't understand that.
Azora is no ordinary Daedra. She commands an entire realm inside of Oblivion. The more Malin worked on the star, the more she was able to damn him. It started slowly at first. Malin would see things that weren't there. Then he would yell at students over words they hadn't said. Then one day I walked in and Malin had killed a student, and in a horrific moment of inspiration, he started using her soul for his work.
Are you sure that was Azura just not trying to tell him, yo, stop messing with my artifacts? Leave well enough alone? I mean, I must say it sounds like Malin got what was coming to him. With the insanity, but that, you know, the poor students and his poor disciples that are following him. That's horrific, killing an apprentice and using their soul for your work.
The college would agree with you. But do you have any idea how many innocent lives were cut short just so Azura could have revenge? We're nothing to the Daedra. Pawns to move around, praise and punish as they see fit.
I still think giving her artifact back to her is a better idea than leaving her artifact out in mortal hands. Because surely you're containing the damage by giving it back to her, and leaving it in mortal hands is just gonna let the damage continue. I don't really want to be subject to Azura's wrath. I want to be in Azura's good graces. You say souls can go through it without it breaking. How does it work? Did you figure out how it worked?
I mentioned how the star is a soul gem.
Yeah.
Only it never gets depleted. There's another rule the artifact follows. You can only store white souls in the star belonging to the lesser creatures. Azura's magic won't allow black souls to enter it. As a mortal, Malin's soul was black, so part of his work was breaking past Azura's rules. He was close before... well, I already told you.
Yes. Close before he started going insane and killing his own students. It really sounds like this is Malin's fault and not Azura's. It seems like Azura's quite moral in a way, having rules that you can't put black souls, mortal souls, through it.
Until next time.
Yes. Where did he say? What, keep Ilianata, or...? That's a lake, isn't it? Ilinalta's Deep, that was it. That's all the way near Falkreath. Well, no doubt we'll find ourselves back there eventually. It might be an idea to get that sooner rather than later if people's lives are on the line. But... oh, right. And he's got a deal with the college and the Jarl to remain? Well, I suppose if he did abandon Malin, then at least he does have a conscience. Well, it was certainly a little bit of a downer, finding all that out, but it's good that we know where to look next. I do need a bite to eat before we leave. Alright, Bruiser. Come along, madam. I see you there with your white socks. Up we get. Right. Maybe we can get a sled for you to pull behind Bruiser, or maybe we can get just like a little cart. It would be nice to have a wagon of sorts that we could pull behind Bruiser, and then Lucian wouldn't have to ride. Not ride, walk. Without having to ride. Well, I know what I said. I meant he wouldn't have to learn to ride. Hello? Oh, I'm going to stand near this. Oh, they're hunters. They are hunters. I think. No, it's an ice wraith. They're ice wraiths. Right. Sword. Ow. Ow, you... No, they're bandits. Oh, I thought you were hunters. Right. Very quickly. And let's try out Firebolt. Okay. Oh. Okay, the bandits are dead. Ice Wraith. Back. Oh, I need to get more magicka. Cool. Okay. I quite like having to... well, getting to fire fireballs out of my hands. Maybe we should walk, though. If we're going to be exposed to danger. Fur-lined hood. Fur braces? They're less warm. Right, Saarthal. Right, you head on back to Winterhold, Bruiser. I'm not sure this is a place for horses. Do we have... I think we do have a Amulet of Mara. It can come. Old leaks. I don't... Oh, the Ice Wraith. The Ice Wraith teeth. Get the teeth and the essence. There was more, but I can't see where their remains are. Oh. These braziers have been extinguished. It's another one of those Dwemer dishes. Maybe we'll find out what those are by studying at the college. Let's avoid the bear. I don't need to study at a college to tell me to avoid a bear. Now, this should be the excavation. I can hear digging. You coming, Lucian? Oh, there's a college Atronac. Yeah, this is it. Oh, I do feel safe around these Atronacs. Hello? I can hear a dog. The college must have quite a lot of resources available to it if... No, you don't want to mine at the structure itself. Oh, I was going to say if they can... They have resources available if they can hire their own excavation teams to get access to the ruin, but I'm not sure how well trained they are. Some of them are excavating the stone, some of them are excavating the walls. Oh, there's Tolfdir, though. Oh, and I see some of the students are helping while you stand around. Were we meant to help?
Who knows what we might find in here?
Well, an amulet fragment, hopefully. Tolfdir.
And here we all are. Shall we step inside?
Yeah, I'd rather get into the... Well, at least the shelter of that ruin rather than standing out in the cold. But are we looking for anything particular here?
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
Yes, I'm kind of aware of the dangers of magic. I've had enough magic hurled my way to know it's dangerous. What is so important about Saarthal in particular, though? I understand it's where one of the Golder brothers were holed up and finally entombed, but not much else.
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
The magical seals? Interesting. Well, I suppose if the Golder brother isn't here, he'll have a writ of sealing on him. Well, I'm ready. I'm more than ready. Let's go.
All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
I agree. Safety in numbers and safety with the Master Arcanist. Right. Oh, you rushing to get in first? Oh, yeah, no. Oh, they are all eager to get in. Right, fine. Let's, I'll bring up the rear, I suppose.
As some of you may know, Saarthal was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest.
Come on, I don't want to fall behind.
Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Saarthal.
Fine, fine. If you won't hurry up, I'm going to just go near the front.
This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they used.
Will we find...
Well, are there any questions before we begin?
Well, I'm wondering how much excavating you needed to do to get in here, because it seems like the elves buried it beneath the ground. Well, I have no more questions. What would you like me to do?
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Onmund, please search that area over there. See if you notice any residual energies, alive or undead. Zizargo, what shall we have you do? Why don't you verify that we're the first ones here? Look for any amount of tampering with the tombs. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
This is a little creepy.
More than a little creepy.
Begin to describe it.
You seem uncomfortable being here.
I just don't know that it's right for us to be in here like this, picking through the ruins.
Well, they are abandoned. I know there's always that line to tread of being respectful or disrespectful, but there's a lot that can be learned here, potentially. And that will add, you know, to the benefit of our culture, and it'll also honour cultures that came before by us remembering them and trying to learn about them. Oh, well, that's my take on it anyway. Oh, yeah. It goes from being rather well preserved here, for example, and then you come around the corner and the tunnel has simply collapsed and they've had to excavate through solid rock to get to where that tunnel led. If the elves sacked this place, they did a hell of a job of it. Now, who was I to see? Anil Gale? Was a chest over there with an awful long drop between me and it. Right. Lucian, if I fall, get me help. Get me that Colette lady, that restoration mage. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, I was worried I actually was going to fall there. Okay. Not exactly magical, but we do know lockpicking is awfully helpful when trying to find secrets of these places. Scroll of Twister. Creates a tornado at the target location. A direct hit sucks up a target, dealing 40 frost damage for 10 seconds. Nearby targets take half damage. Only works outdoors. It's going to be no good in here, but Tolfdir might find it interesting to look at. Excuse me, Lucian. And is that a book? Careful, careful. Okay, yep, mind my head. It's a ruined book. And a skeleton. Right. Well, Victoria will want any ruined books, so we might as well take it with us. Now, careful. I kind of want to get to the bottom of here. Excuse me, Lucien. There we go. I saw Tolfdir head that way. Let's just have a look down here first. It's remarkable. I don't think I've ever seen a ruin quite in this much disrepair. And that's a little bit frightening now I think about it. I'm a little bit worried of things coming down on my head.
Years of dust these ruins have gathered. If you piled it all
To
up,
think,
I wonder how
my
much it would weigh.
ancestors destroyed the homes of Onmund's ancestors. So much bloodshed.
You've got a little bit of self-awareness about what we're looking at. Onmund just seems to want to get in there and blow stuff up. Excuse me. Don't mind me. Right. I think this place has probably been picked clean, and they're at work here anyway, so I don't want to tread on any toes. We were given another task to do. Excuse me, Tolfdir. Hello. Are you examining here? Ah, hello. You must be Arneal.
I'll be amazed if we find anything useful here.
Really? You don't seem very optimistic. Well, Tolfdir sent me to help you, so maybe we can scratch something up together.
What?
Fascination.
Ah, yes. You. I remember you.
Oh, we met at the college,
You're going
didn't
to
we?
help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a
I'll be
portion of
careful.
this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
Yep. No, I'm an archaeologist and relic hunter by nature. I'm dab hand at this. What is it you want me to do exactly? What am I looking out for?
Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them.
This better be valuable
Until
work
next time.
rather than just busy work. Okay.
I'm not scared of the dead. They can't hurt me. What was that? Oh, just a shadow. Sorry.
Yeah. Look, I'm nervous too. They always put me on edge. I like the rhyme though. That's a lovely rhyme. I might use that. Oh, hello. Enchanted ring. It seems to mimic the designs of many ancient rings found in Resdain. I don't really remember where Resdain is, but... Let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to take the embalming tool. I wanted to search the urn. Right, there's one ring. I assume this is a trap that's no longer functional, given the state of disrepair this place is in. I don't see any other... Ah, here's a ring. 2 of 4. It's a good thing I brought this lantern. Alright, there was... What? Let's tread carefully. Ah, there it is. There's another... Where's the last one? There's one there. We just seen the other one. I hope we've not kicked it and sent it flying while we've been stomping around. Oh! Oh, it's not a ring at all. This is an amulet. It's not a fragment of an amulet. What? Hello?
Ancient Nords and their traps, right?
Not the time, Lucian. We're stuck in it. Top
What in
tier?
the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
Well, no, I'm trapped in here. Everything's not all right.
How in the world did that happen?
Your indifference is a little off-putting. You gonna help me get out of here? I just pulled an amulet off a wall. I was told to find magical artifacts.
Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
That's actually a good idea, Tolftir. You know what? I take it back. Your calm mind is actually reassuring. You're helping me think logically. Right. The amulet fragment. Saarthal amulet. The knotwork medallion portrays the 2 sides of the Nordic god shore.
Do you see that?
Oh.
Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. I wonder, what effect might your spells have?
Is your solution when you encounter a problem just to fire a spell at it? That is remarkably forthright. But are you sure it's a good idea in a ruin that's rather unstable? Right. Okay. Concentrate. Aim at the disturbance. Ooh. Well, it opened here. But it rather explosively opened there.